Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Radash. And double honors to the head apostles of the great millstone, and as well as even the bishops that taught us this truth overall. And Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Brakadam, to all of the brothers that's in this truth and pushing it throughout the four winds of the earth. And it's your brother Laban coming at you with another video. And it's to do with this article under the guise of global warming. They seek to put in front a massive sun umbrella, as the article says, attached to Asteroid could help fight global warming. Scientists say a new study lays out the theoretical plan of tethering a giant solar shield to capture space rock. Potentially, this contraption could protect Earth from the sun. And we've been hearing things like, well, there's not enough water on the earth, so we have to be cautious of that. And meat is not so good to consume because it can, have an effect on the earth in terms of global warming is concerned, and many other things as well. And even recently with these droughts as well. All right, can't forget about that. So, the seed of the serpent is now using this global warming term, and it's really nothing more than a ploy for something greater. And that's something that they want to usher us into, is this new world order system, as they newly call it, the Great Reset. And when that has already been put in place all the way, now we're talking about a different kind of lifestyle for all of us. A lifestyle where your life can no longer be as expressive as you would like it to be. Your movement, what you're buying and selling, is going to be basically severely mitigated. And you're only going to be entitled to do but very little in this case, once you get this world order set up. So we're talking about slavery like you ain't never seen before. When we ain't talking about the slavery that we had to endure. Now we're talking about a different kind of hardcore slavery. All right, as I've literally explained. Not literally, but literally explained. Okay? And other things that I haven't explained on. So now let's read this. To help combat the effect of global warming, scientists are toying with an innovative idea to shield our planet from the sun with a space-borne umbrella of sort. In Hawaii, many use an umbrella to block the sunlight as they walk about during the day. Not going to pronounce that name. An astronomer at the University of Hawaii Institute of Astronomy said in a statement, "I was thinking, could we do the same for Earth and thereby mitigate the impending catastrophe of climate change?" And as I'm going to say, I believe personally that this was already in the books. The whole idea of blocking the sun and doing many other things under this guise of climate change. And they acting, and they're getting it on one of their agendas in regards to this global warming. So now let me read a precept, because what I'm thinking about now is this one right here that I have on deck, Isaiah 44, and we're going to begin by reading verse 24. And this reads, "Thus saith the Lord thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself." This is the point now. Verse 25, "That frustrateth the tokens of the liars, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backwards, and maketh their knowledge foolish." And what is this? The notion of blocking of the sun. This is foolishness. Why? Because if you don't get enough sun, that's going to call for health concerns in the future. Now, I know that these Edomites get affected by the sun negatively, but even yet and still, to a degree, they need the sun. We all need the sun. If we're not getting much of sun, then we're going to be vitamin D deficient. When you're vitamin D deficient, your body breaks down. You have problems with your bones. You have problems with your muscles. So you have problems with both of those things you need to be moving. You're going to be apparently weak. Okay? So you need your vitamin D. You need the sun. So let's read what this is saying as well. When a lack of sunlight keeps us from sleeping well and cause us to become vitamin D deficient, and that explains why we're not getting any sleep. A lot of us are finding it very difficult to sleep. Our immune systems can suffer, and we may get sick more frequently. Vitamin D deficiency has been found to make us more susceptible to cold and flu, and as well as an infection and autoimmune disorders. And people that catch colds and flu, usually it's to do because they have any weak immune system. Now you have other sicknesses like hay fever, which that can be combated as well, but your immune system has to be highly superior as usual to combat that. But the point of this is to say, this is why we need the sun. Because when we don't get the sun, we're going to be diseased in the body. We're going to be weak in the body. That's why it's madness what they're doing. As it is also written, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, and neither at any time the counsel of sinner is prudence. Because when you're putting into practice knowledge of wickedness, it's destructive to yourself, and as well as it's destructive to the planet and other people. So there's no growth with wisdom and knowledge of wickedness. There's nothing there. All right. So now what we want to do is we want to read this right here from the AC News, AC.news. World Economic Forum scientist testifies man-made is a depopulation scam. Wow. A World Economic Forum insider has become the latest expert to blow the whistle on the globalist elite and admit the so-called climate crises is a hoax to depopulate the world, humiliate the masses, and bolster the coffers of the elite at the expense of ordinary working people. And I couldn't agree more. And this is a top scientist in Denmark, I believe. His name is Kim Olbos or something like that. I can't pronounce his name, but it's something like that. Mainstream media is still trying to keep us apparent and pretend the hoax isn't falling apart, and that's what they are paid to do by the global elite. After all, but the media is fighting a losing battle at this point. The media is like the proverbial Dutch boy with his finger in the damn wall, plugging the leaks that are threatening to burst the damn wall. And this article is originally from News Punch, which is known as the People's Voice now. So now, let's go as far as to read. Unfortunately for the mainstream media, the leaks are growing by the day, and the wall is about to come crashing in. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to read right there, man. That's all I'm going to read. But it's true what he's saying. They're losing the war on their narrative, because you have a lot of people that are bringing out real stuff on, like, you could even go on Rumble and find that real stuff that they're bringing out. All right, which is combating against the lies which is told by CNN, CNBC, and Fox News as well. All right, so now let's also go and get the book of Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb, and they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And the word estranged means to be strange or a stranger. And that's exactly what these Edomites are. They're nothing more than strangers of the Most High himself, because everything that they do is against the Creator. Psalms 58 and verse 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent, and they are like the deaf adder that stoppeth their ear. So The goal of the serpent is to basically pour out its lies to you to turn you away from hearing the truth. And if you can hear their lies, then you can be persuaded by their lies and be taken into derision, which is what this New World Order is going to be to the public. Those that believe in it, that take the mark of the you know what, they're going to be had in derision. As it is also written in the book of, what is it, 2nd Ezra 16, and I believe it's 77. It tells you about that. All right? That they that had consented to them were had in derision. Okay? So now, let's read something else. Let's also get the book of Psalms 5. And we're going to read, we'll begin by reading verse 8. Lead me, O Lord Yahweh, in thy righteousness, because of mine enemies make thy way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth, and their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is as an open sepulchre, and they flatter with their tongue. Destroy thou them, O power, and let them fall by their own counsels, and that they will. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against me. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice, and let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. And let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Yahweh, will bless the righteous with favor, wilt thou compass him with a shield. And that's just the thing. When it's all said and done, these devils, they're going to be taken by their own counsels. And with that, the Lord is going to destroy them. The Lord is going to make a grand appearance after they initiate the implantable device, which is the final nail in the coffin for this system. Like I said, the Lord is going to pay them a visit. And the Lord ain't going to pay them a visit to shake their hands and to be welcoming. You know, the Lord is going to pay them a visit to shut this whole entire system down. To nothingness. To the point where they don't have an empire anymore. All right. So Esau's going to continue on with their madness. And through their madness, will they be led to their own destruction? So that's all I'm going to say with this. Giving all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. And double honors to the head apostles and as well as the bishops that taught us this truth. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Brakatham, even unto you brothers that are teaching this truth still. Shalom.